Hello, Gemini, and welcome to your reading for the week of November 27th through December 3rd, 2023. This is a reading if you are a Gemini sun, a Gemini moon, Gemini rising, or have some other significant Gemini placement. This may apply to you. Also, even though this is for the week of the 27th through the 27th November to 3rd of December 2023, if this tagline catches you at another point in time, and you say, it feels like it resonates, then there is a message for you here. It doesn't necessarily have to be time specific, though this is the period of time that I am working in. Okay. If you are new to this channel, welcome. It's good to have you here. Please like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you so choose. And if you are returning, welcome back. I'm glad to have you here again. And again, as always, feel free to leave a comment. And if you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so. So if you are familiar with this channel, you'll know that I use the cartouche cards and I do what they call an astrological spread. These are the cartouche cards. They are an Egyptian system. And we also clarify with tarot. And this week I am using the Tarot Familiars deck. So we will begin at the beginning with Aries energy, because each of these represents a different astrological sign, but also the attributes of that sign will tell me how to interpret the cards. So first house is Aries. This is about your personality, identity, how other people see you, how you're presenting yourself to the world. And you have Queen of Pentacles with Nephthys, okay? So Queen of Pentacles, yeah, this is a very strong... Queen of Pentacles I see as the woman who has it together materially, who is about comfort, perhaps about domesticity, about just there's somebody who has very comfortable, earthy kind of a vibe, okay? So this is how you are presenting yourself. You are, kind of being this very warm and caring kind of a person, looking at others, maybe not so much at yourself. But of course, we have it with Nephthys. So I feel like you may be going through a period now where you are discovering things about yourself. And what's really weird is this card has come up. I've done Aries and Taurus now. Now I'm doing Gemini. I'm doing them in order. And this has come up for all the signs so far. So I feel like we are in a period here. We have just moved out of Mars and Scorpio into Mars and Sag. We're also about to have a full moon. I don't know. There's just some revelations that are coming up. Things that we believed about ourselves that, maybe are not true, or we're learning new things about ourselves, more importantly. Nephthys indicates stuff that's about to be revealed, things that are hidden. It can also just mean that a lot of us are in that space where we kind of want to withdraw a little bit. I mean, with the Queen of Pentacles, we may just kind of want to, hibernate and go into our cozy little hidey hole and just, not necessarily engage with the world so much, which may be true of the other two signs as well. There's definitely a sense of wanting to pull back and reflect. There's almost a type of a hermit energy to this card, if you're familiar with the hermit in the tarot deck. So that's been coming up for a lot of people these days. Second house is Taurus, and this is about your finances, okay, and your money. Now you have Thoth and you have the Ten of Pentacles, okay. Now Ten of Pentacles is great news if you've been having financial difficulties, because Ten of Pentacles indicates money coming in, or sometimes this is about a legacy or an inheritance. This could be money coming from family of some kind. This can happen, but it's also just about this idea of having enough money. And it's not just money that's coming from you. It can also be coming from somebody else. Okay, so there's this, because there's a strong community sense with the tens. The nines tend to be more about your individual wealth, where this has to do with another person or other people involved. And you have it with Thoth. So Thoth can indicate something that is divinely timed. Sometimes this could mean that this is just something that's happening at the right time. But Thoth can also, for some people, there could be a strong, this could be a legal component. So this could be money that's coming about as a result of a legal situation. This could be money that's so therefore possibly an inheritance. This is money that could be, connected to education in some way. So if some of you are teachers or healers, Thoth is also connected with those things. So take it as it resonates. It's not going to be the same for everybody, but there's definitely a strong, there's a strong karmic feel whenever Thoth comes up. I always feel like there's something that's appearing at the right time. So take that as it resonates. Third house, this has to do with if you're in your own business, if you're self-employed. This also has to do with messages that are coming in, potentially with siblings, if that's a thing, if something's going on with brothers and sisters. This could possibly have to do with that, not necessarily. And we have Ta with the Five of Wands. So Ta is about working hard towards something. So for some of you, yeah, you are working on a business, you're working on building something. There's some very strong masculine supportive energy here. But with the Five of Wands, there's the sense of competition here, or quarrel, or it can be a quarrel that you're having with yourself. It can be with somebody else. It's not a super serious quarrel, but there's definitely this sense here. You could be quarreling with a man. I don't know. But there's some kind of disagreement here, or some feeling or worry about competition, or about something like that. I don't know. Take it as it resonates. But I feel like whatever this quarrel has to do with, there's something here that's being built. I feel like Ta has to do with that, which we are trying to establish a foundation, and we may feel some uncertainty or even self-doubt about where this is going. And this just kind of reminds us that we are in the building stages, and that we just need to keep going. If there's a question about a relationship or a communication from a man, Ta usually indicates a man who's not, the card represents the finer qualities of masculinity. So it's not somebody who is toxic in some way. I don't know. There's just something here where there could be some kind of a disagreement. I don't know why I'm feeling like it could be with a man, but because Ta doesn't always necessarily mean that. But certainly if that doesn't seem to resonate, then there definitely seems to become some kind of situation where you're building. Maybe if you are in business for yourself, there's some competition here that you're dealing with. And maybe you're concerned about that. But I feel like this is kind of indicating, to build your foundation and stay the course here. Fourth house, this has to do with Cancer energy. This has to do with home, family, and potentially the mother. Now we have Crook and Flail with the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so Five of Pentacles indicates a lack of money, or a fear of a lack of money. This, in terms of security, is focusing on our weaknesses rather than our strengths. And I mean, Crook and Flail as a piece of advice would be saying have confidence, but also to have some self-discipline. There's definitely a strong sense here of trying to get organized, trying to get the facts about something, having the discipline to do something. But also, it's interesting because we have Thoth over here in the second and this here, and I feel like there's a strong family thing here. This could be something legal as well. So I don't know. There could be something legal. There could be concern about a lack of money, or it could be concern about money in connection to a particular person. And there may be a need here for, I don't know, some kind of correction or discipline or something. Crook and Flail definitely has this strong energy of taking disciplined action, but also being confident in something. But this is also about what's in the right side of the law, so to speak. So it doesn't specifically have to be a legal matter. It can just have to do with what is right. Okay. Okay, fifth house. This is Leo energy, and this has to do with creativity, potentially love affairs, potentially children, if that applies. Okay, so we have the Devil with the Sphinx here. So for at least one person here, okay, who's watching this, you could be in a very lusty love affair with somebody, but this person may not be all that they appear. They're hiding something from you. So I don't know. I feel like for some people, you may be getting involved with a love affair with somebody who you need to be careful of, okay, with the Devil here. They may be, I mean, if all you're looking for is a lusty good time, then, maybe that'll be fine. But even with that, you never know. They could have some hidden secret or something that, I don't know, that you need to be careful of. Now, if it's not the case, if you're not dealing with love affairs, this could have to do with a child in that kind of a situation, potentially, or a child in a situation that maybe they're caught up in, where you don't have all... Basically, there's a situation where somebody can potentially get very caught up in something, and they're doing so... Or there's a sense of feeling stuck here with the Devil. It could be something in which, you can't really break out of, and... or you're having trouble breaking out of, and Sphinx has this kind of almost wait and see energy. Like there's something that needs to be excavated or needs to be revealed in order to break you out of this situation. So I don't know. Take it as it resonates. But this is definitely a house of creative action of all kinds, and which is why we see both children and creativity, because obviously children are created, right, by two people. And love affairs can be the beginning of a creative involvement. So I don't know. There's something here where somebody feels held back, or there could be a love affair situation that is not that could potentially be toxic. Or if you think that it's love, it may just, somebody may just be looking for a good time. So, but you also got to watch out for obsessive people sometimes when the devil comes up as well. Again, I'm not strongly feeling that that's the case here, but, again, take it as it resonates. Sixth house, this is Virgo energy. This has to do with your health, healing, and also potentially with a job if you're at work, and potentially with things you're worried about. And yeah, you've got water with the 10 of Swords. So I feel like something is changing. There could be a change to a job situation. Maybe something has come to an end, or maybe you're worried that something's going to come to an end. I feel like as a health omen, and again, I'm not a doctor and I'm not making health predictions for anyone, but I feel like for some of you, like what's coming into my head is this could be a health situation that's coming to an end, and some kind of movement or change happening. So I don't know. This doesn't have to be a negative thing. Sometimes I feel like this is just something, some kind of a situation in it. Or if it's not a health situation, it could just be a worry, or it could be a job situation that's coming to an end. But, and water indicates that this is allowing something to flow. I feel like whatever this is about, there's a sense that this has been a block of some kind, but now it's coming to an end and things are actually starting to move again. So this is actually a very good omen with concern, with respect to something you're concerned about. Seventh house is Libra energy, so this is to do with marriages, business partnerships, significant relationships. If you're not married, this may have to do with your chances of perhaps getting in that kind of relationship. And so we have Four of Wands with Buckle of Isis. So Buckle of Isis definitely indicates a loyal and committed partner, okay, of some kind. Four of Wands, for some people, this could mean a new marriage, because Four of Wands is a card of marriage, among other things. But there's definitely a sense of completion here, definitely a sense of sacrifices being made that are worth it. So, I don't know. Very, very strong omen, either for marriage or within a marriage. This is just a very, this definitely indicates loyalty, and also indicates being on the right path, of sacrifices being made that are, worthwhile, that are going to be rewarded. So take that as it resonates. If it has to do with a business partnership, I would say it's the same kind of a message. Eighth house, this is Scorpio energy. This has to do with transformation. And yeah, you've got the Six of Swords here. So this is nice. This is actually moving into calmer waters away from difficult situations. Okay. And so something that may perhaps you have two fives down here. I'm looking at these two fives. The last reading, I think Taurus had like all the fives. So I only see the two fives this time in this reading. But this is a movement to the six. And so the six here, this is good. And you have it with pyramid. So this is about good news eventually. This could be like an initiatory or test situation. So you might be being tested right now. And I feel like you are eventually, what you're doing here is you're steering yourself out of this conflicted territory into calmer waters. For some people, this could literally mean travel or a move. But I just generally feel like there's a sense that there's a need to get away from conflict, whether it have to do with a job, whether it have to do with a home or family situation, or something like that, and just move into waters that are more peaceful. And I feel like you just need to, again, I feel like pyramid is kind of a stay the course, even if it doesn't feel like something's happening right now, it will. Ninth house is Sagittarius energy, and this has to do with long distance travel, higher education, and also philosophy, religion, deep thoughts, beliefs, and any institutions that are connected with that. So we have the wing disc with the Nine of Swords. Okay, so there seems to be a worry about something here with the Nine of Swords. For some of you, okay, now with the wing disc, I feel like for some of you who are in school, this may indicate there may be a worry about exams, a worry about finishing up everything appropriately, not passing. If that is what you're worried about, wing disc has no worries. You're gonna make it through in spite of how you may feel right now. If this has to do with something else, with a long trip, or whether it has to do with some deep shift in your way of thinking about things, you could be worried about a lot of stuff. You could be delving deeply into the what ifs of something. And again, wing disc to me brings clarity and it brings resolution. So whatever it is that's bothering you, and again, for some people, this could have to do with a long journey. Take it as it resonates. Doesn't have to. But there's definitely a sense of clearing this up, of moving out of this, because 1 + 9, this is card 19, in Cartouche, and that adds up to 10. 10 after 9, that's completion. That's bringing something to a successful end or successfully overcoming an obstacle. So whatever you're worried about here, that's good news. It indicates that whatever it is will be surmounted or overcome. 10th house is Capricorn energy. This has to do with your career, fame, reputation. Okay, we have Osiris with the moon. So Osiris indicates a situation that, you know, hasn't really changed very much. It's kind of stationary. It's not better, it's not worse. And the moon may indicate that you are not really clear about how to move forward. There may be a sense of just kind of staying where you are, just trying to stay safe and stay solid, but maybe not really sure about where you're going. And I feel like, yeah, like right now for this week at least, it may just be more that you need to listen more to your feelings and your intuition. I feel like you need to not, you know, with regard to your career path or where you're going, I think you don't want to rely so much on logic right now, but more on how you feel, okay? That seems to be what's going to give you the most information. Okay, 11th house, this is your friendships, in your hopes and wishes and goals. And okay, you've got the Magician with Scarab. So this indicates, Magician is definitely movement towards manifestation, towards making something happen. And Scarab indicates a new beginning. So this can be new friendships, this can be new goals, you can have a new idea about something that you want to do. You have it, the Magician card is number 1. So I feel like, yeah, there's definitely a sense of beginning a movement towards something, or having friends who are helping you move towards something. But nonetheless, there's definitely this energy of manifesting your wishes. So this is very good. I feel like you're on track to manifest what it is that you want. And again, with we're seeing the moon, we're seeing some of these cards of things coming to an end, of being concerned about things, of maybe focusing on weaknesses. And perhaps it's going to be your friends who are the ones who support you and help you move in the right direction here. Okay, 12th house, this is Pisces energy. So this is what you're afraid of. This is what you don't show to others. This is what's hidden. And it's interesting. You have the sun with air. Now, when air shows up in the 12th house, I always feel like that's messages from spirit of some kind. And the sun, it indicates that those messages are going to bring clarity to a situation. So this goes back to what I said about the moon here. Definitely listening to your inner voice. Maybe you're afraid of what the inner voice is saying. Maybe you're afraid it's not true. Maybe you're, you know, maybe what your intuition is clearly telling you is something that, you know, that you maybe you're doubting it. Maybe it sounds too good to be true. Maybe it sounds like something that isn't, you know, isn't going to happen. But this is saying that definitely something is going to happen here. So whatever's coming to you through your instincts is something you can believe, even if you don't see external evidence of it. I think that's the main thing with us. We get these messages from our intuition, or if you think that they come from spirit or from our guides or whatever. Everybody has their own belief system, so I don't want to always just say, oh, it's your spirit guides if that's not something you believe in, because we all do have a strong internal intuitive voice. This may be, there's some kind of message coming through, and that is what is going to bring you clarity about what you've been afraid of, or about where you've been undecided about moving forward. Overall, okay, you ended up with 2 extra cards here, so I pulled both. You have Hathor. So Hathor, there's a strong feminine energy again with this card. For a lot of people, I feel like, again, this kind of goes with the Queen of Pentacles that we saw right in the beginning here. This may be a time when you are looking to establish stability, maybe doing more around the home, looking to get things organized. There's definitely a strong organizational and, you know, kind of putting things to right kind of energy that goes with Hathor. It's strongly connected to the Empress, and, you know, kind of the way in which we are feathering our nest, so to speak, or getting things in order for ourselves within our home environment to help us feel secure. Sometimes this has to do with things specifically that have been traditionally connected with female gender-wise, like, you know, the whole cooking, sewing, you know, that kind of stuff, you know. So sometimes that applies. So maybe you're feeling a bit more crafty these days. I don't know. I mean, it's not necessarily. Hathor frequently comes up when there's just this very strong feminine energy, and whatever the strengths of femininity are. Just as Ta represents the strengths of masculinity, this is the strengths of femininity. So this could just be a time when you are, you know, pulling yourself together, getting organized, establishing your security, and maybe just hanging back and waiting to see where certain things are going to happen. Though Hathor sometimes indicates a woman who just goes for it. So, you know, so again, that will take it as it resonates. Our Comparative cards, okay, we have the Two of Cups and we have the Emperor. So the Emperor is definitely somebody who's taking charge. Okay, that's strong Aries energy. And the Two of Cups, for some people, this can mean in conjunction with a partner or lover, but Two of Cups can also just mean an important friendship or other important connection that we have. Sometimes it's an emotional connection of some kind. It doesn't have to be a loved one, but there's definitely a sense of connecting with others, reaching out to others, and working on taking control of our destiny, which, yeah, I would say both of those together have the element of the Hathor card here, is what we need to do this week. We don't want to necessarily go it alone. I think our friends can help us move ahead here, and get us, again, well, maybe get us out of our head. But it does seem like there's some worries and concerns here that we need to release and understand that whatever's going on, it's only temporary, and things should be moving ahead shortly. Okay, that's it for this week. I hope this reading was helpful. Please do like, subscribe, comment, and let me know how these are resonating for you. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.